Oldie Sports Info here, back with another vid for you guys. Yeah, y'all, hit that subscribe, like, bell icon so y'all can be notified of this real, because y'all know Oldie keeps it real. Yeah, you guys, let's get into this one real fast. I just want to just give Jermell Charlo his full credit, right? His full credit because he said he was going to go in there and knock out Castano, and that's exactly what he did. Right? So we have to give a man his full credit for that. Just like he said in the rematch with Tony Harrison, he was going to knock out Tony Harrison, right? It wasn't looking too good, but he did what he said he was going to do. So at the end of the day, right, I'm just going to start taking Jermell Charlo at his word. This is just me. Other people, they don't have to do it. But, I mean, he has proved it twice, right? He proved it twice. So I just want to just give the man his full credit. His full credit for doing what he said he was going to do. And he pulled it off twice, right? So that's something, that's something to be looked at. Even though Castano, he wasn't using no jab to get up in there. But at the same time, this man said he was going to knock him out, and he did it. So we have to give him full credit on that. Well, I will give him full credit on that. But I wanted to share something else with you guys, man. Right? Because it seems to me that Earl Spence Jr. it's like, can we get Twin Charlo on the pound for pound ranking? I don't give a F. Replace him with me. Sure. Right? Sure, we can replace him with you. Because you haven't caught up to, just think about this, people. Earl Spence Jr. is more popular than Jermell Charlo. But he haven't even accomplished what Jermell Charlo has accomplished. He's more popular than Jermell Charlo in Texas. But he haven't accomplished what this man just accomplished on Saturday. Right? I mean, he haven't accomplished, but it's like, take you off. You barely on, bro. Right? You barely on the pound for pound list, bro. Yourself. This is what happens when you start feeling yourself and you get that ego, right? And then people start, pumping you up with air, right? They pump you up. They just pumping you up. Bro, you have never held a lineal title. This is why I can't understand why people got this man so high. Jermell Charlo is a unified 154 lineal champion. The first one in history. And number 7 in this era. Right? Number 7 in the 4-belt era. So he amongst elite company, bro. Right? He's amongst elite company. Okay, we don't have to like his attitude. We don't have to like how he talk. Right? He gets very emotional. Right? He cry after he lose. All that. But at the end of the day, he is undisputed. Right? I mean, come on now. He's an undisputed champion at the end of the day. So we can, we can get mad at Jermell. We can say this about Jermell. But he said he was going to knock out Castano. He did it. He said he was going to knock out Tony Harrison in the rematch. He did it. So I'm just going to start taking this man at his word. When he say he going to do something, I'm going to be like, hey, Jermell Charlo said he going to do this. Right? So we got to just start, hey, I got to start believing the man. Yes, he whine, he get emotional, but that's probably, that's probably fuel for his fire. Hey, that probably keeps him pumped up, right? Like Terrence Bud Crawford, he gets hated on all the time through everything. Everybody is number one over Crawford. Everybody number one over Crawford, right? Dudes, they can just come into boxing. They have 12 fights, 13 fights. Oh, man, like they number one over Crawford. Everybody is just number one. Right now, we cannot give this man his credit at all, but that's fuel for his fire. That's just fuel for Crawford. He loves it. So just imagine if people loved him. If people loved Crawford, he probably would have been lost. Crawford would have been lost if like if he was loved by by the media. He was a media darling like Earl Spence Jr. You feel what I'm saying? He couldn't say no wrong. He didn't get held accountable for nothing. Crawford would have probably been lost. Right? But this comment is just funny to me. Like, take you off. You barely own. What you mean take you off, bro? You need to be happy that you even own the pound for pound list. Right? Because everybody who's on the pound for pound list has a lineal title. Earl Spence Jr., you don't got shit. What are we talking about here? That's why you know that pound for pound list be popularity contests. Right? They don't go by the accolades. They don't go by the skill set. They don't go by what these fighters accomplished. No, they just go by popularity contest. Earl Spence Jr. Man, they got some lists. They got Earl Spence Jr. number 2, and it's like that's just laughable. It's like number 2 in what? Oh, 2.0 of Keith Thurman? Oh yeah, he can be 2.0 of Keith Thurman. Yeah, he number 2 to Keith Thurman. Yeah. Hooray. Right, but I want y'all to understand. People talk about Shakur Stevenson, but Shakur Stevenson is a lineal champion right now when he beat Oscar Valdez. He's a lineal champ. He got the belt. He's the man at that division. Right? Jermell Charlo, he just picked up his lineal title. He's the man at the division. Right? Canelo got a lineal. Usyk got a lineal. Inoue got a lineal and a Muhammad Ali trophy. Him and Usyk. Usyk got that too. Right? Chocolatito got a lineal. Just look at all the fighters I'm naming. Teofimo Lopez had a lineal. Come on, man. The Cambosa's got a lineal. All these fighters are way better than this man. But he's number 2. It's like, come on, bro. That's how you know it just be popularity contest. Right? I done named off about 8, 9 fighters with lineal titles who are the man at their division, but he's number 2. And it's taking this man 4 years to fight the number 1 welterweight in the division. Right? Because according to BoxRec, ESPN, everybody else, he's number 1, Terrence Bud Crawford. Yeah. Charlo gets credit for winning the undisputed. Salute, Dolomite. Let's see what this says. But Charlo, he gets full credit, bro. Like, I can't. Charlo gets credit for winning Undisputed, but I'll be damned if I ignore the fact that he only won Undisputed because he's fighting exactly. And I was about to get to that, Dolomite. See, like you be on the same stuff I be on, bro. I was about to get to that. Don't act like, right? People acting like that he had to, he had to go other places to get these belts. He had to go to Top Rank. He had to go. No, they had a round robin inside the PBC. Right? He gets credit, yes, but he fought a certain amount of fighters in the PBC round robin. Right? The same thing Earl Spence Jr. doing. A round robin, and they got the belts. Just imagine if they had the WBO belt. Earl Spence Jr. would have been undisputed. He would have been undisputed, right? They would have been manufactured him to be undisputed. So we got to, we got to look at that point too that Dolomite just said. You feel what I'm saying? It's all manufactured. It's all inside bullshit too. This man, he didn't have to go and fight nobody from Top Rank, Matchroom, Golden Boy, right? He didn't have to go nowhere else. He just stayed in-house, and they had all the belts on that side, and they just played a round-robin game. And he just was the best out of the PBC fighters. Hooray. He just was the best out of the PBC fighters. Now, let's see what he's going to do right after this. Let's see if he's going to take on Tim Tszyu. Let's see if he's going to take on Crawford. You feel what I'm saying? Because I don't know if the Spence fight going to get made. Because Spence, he was talking nice. He was saying some nice things. But he never said... Right? He never got... specific. He never got like that. Like, it was all just roundabout talk. The same thing they've been doing at the PBC. We'll see in this. You feel what I'm saying? Like all this nonchalant bullshit ass talk. They not talking real. So we gonna see. Right? So we gonna see. But this guy, just the arrogance of him. Oh man, can he get on a pound for pound list? You could take me off. You barely own. And the only reason that you own is because people like you. Right? Let's just be honest, man. Okay, he got 3 belts unified, right? He's a 3-belt holder. Okay, I get it. I understand. Right? You a 3-belt holder. But you haven't even accomplished what Shakur Stevenson accomplished, bro. But everybody be trying to shit on Shakur. It's like, but Shakur has a lineal title. Shit, Shakur is considered the man in his division. Right? Tyson Fury got a lineal title. Usyk, we know. Usyk got one. But Arthur Beterbiev, he got one. I forgot the cruiserweight dude. Bradis, something like that. He got one. Just name it all the fighters that have, that have accomplished more than Earl Spence. That's all I'm doing. Now pay attention to Charlo moving up to 160, but who's he going to fight? The PBC don't have any other belts at 160. It's not guaranteed he's going to fight his brother belt. Oh, yeah, like it ain't really nobody to fight. Right? So he going to probably have to, thug it out at 154. Or something like that. Or they gonna go and split at the belts, you feel what I'm saying? They gonna split up them belts at 154 and let him try to do something like that. Like let him keep his lineal title and he probably keep the WBC or something like that. But something's gonna have to happen, man. Look, because it's only how many fighters they got? They only got one belt at the PBC, huh? They only got one belt at 160 at the PBC, huh? Shit, it's only one belt. Yep. Because Triple G got the other ones, and then Andrade got one. Yeah, so it's only one belt at 160. So I don't know what he's gonna do. Right, unless he gonna go up and fight Andrade at 160. Hey, I don't know. Or try to get a Triple G fight, or hey, I don't know. Yeah, man. Like, like I don't, like it's a, it ain't a division with no names. You feel what I'm saying? Like the 154 division is just an in-between division, for dudes who don't want to go to 160 and dudes who can't make 147. Right? Charlo been running from Boo. Yeah, man. But we got the really shit. I don't know what's gonna happen at this point now, because Spence, he talking good. Right? He's saying the right things, but we know how Uncle Al move. So we don't know. Like, we already know that they trying to wait till Crawford slow down, and it don't look like he's slowing down anytime soon. Is Andre coming to 160? I'm hearing he's going to fight a fanboy favorite. Oh, well, shit, I don't know, man. Like, I don't know what Boo Boo gonna do, Punch Quote. Man, but I know that this is his last fight with Eddie Hearn. So after this, he's going to be a free agent because Eddie Hearn, he said, man, we can't do nothing for him. I mean, you feel what I'm saying? Like, we trying to get him to big fights, but, don't nobody want to fight him. So he has made a lot of money. Like Eddie Hearn, he was like, yeah, shit. Like, he made a lot of money over here, so, he good, but we can't get him to fights. So I don't know what he going to do. Is he going to go back to Al Heyman and sign to the PBC, since he already got the bag, right? Is he going to go back and get them low-ass, paydays, you feel what I'm saying? Because y'all see how Al Heyman doing them now. Right? Is he gonna go from getting paid like $2-3 million all the way back down to, 900,000 and come on, man, like $1 million paydays and all this, man. I had Parker if off with Jermell moving up, he may. Yeah, man, like Jermell, he gonna have to move up to 168. Period. Jermell, he has to move up to 168, and he has to take on Benavidez and Caleb Plant to even get a shot at Canelo, man. To even get a shot, he got to take on at least one of those guys to even get a shot at Canelo, man. To even be considered to get a shot at Canelo. Come on, bro. Like, you just sitting around, you fighting Salukis who Danny Jacobs been fought, and who else fought him? I think Triple G or Boo Boo Andrade, they been fought this man a long time ago, bro. And you coming up and you about to fight this man on June 18th. Like, that's something tough. It's like Jermell, bro. I don't understand Jermell. I mean, for real, man. But Jermell, I don't know. Like, Jermell, he has to do something too. Right? Because it's got people that's about to be gunning for him. Right? Because they seen he a sucker for a right hand too. So they like, just like Castano was a sucker for a left hook, he's a sucker for a right hand. So it's like, I mean, like, people about to start coming after him. Now, I believe our boosters PBC after looking at Clayton fight in the lineup part, probably similar to. Yeah, exactly. Don't be fooled. Don't be fooled. Like, he signed to Showtime, Dolomite. So Showtime is PBC. Right, he got to deal with Showtime. So he's with PBC. Period. I don't care what he could say. I don't care what they talk about. They could try to make it all smoke and mirrors. No, he's with the PBC because the PBC works with Showtime. Period. That's who works with Showtime, the PBC. So he's with a PBC deal and he don't even know it. Right? He probably just not getting no orders from Al Heyman. But Al Heyman is controlling, like how the shit work anyway. But Punch Quote said he isn't fighting anyone. Was in the interview talking about Canelo once he ate Big Benavidez plan will probably fight. Playing his food now, yeah. But Plant, he got exposed in that fight. But yeah, man, it's like, come on. They got to do something over there at the PBC, man, because it's looking real shady now, right? Because they got 3 belts at 147. They trying to put Keith Thurman right there, so if Bud move up, right, he could try to fight for that WBO title too. They trying to put him right in the mix for that WBO title too. Right? So they trying to do that too. But so they can have all 4 belts, right, on their side. So I don't think it would be wise for Bud. No, but Bud, he could do it that way too. Like Bud, he can move up, challenge, right? He can challenge Jermell Charlo. We all know that Al Heyman probably don't want that fight. So, right, because it's gonna be risking all the belts, just like in this situation. So he gonna make him vacate that belt. He can go to Australia, right? Take on Tim Tszyu or do whatever he got to do. He can do his Devin Haney, right? Go over there, win the fight if he win. You feel what I'm saying? Get that big ass bag from over there, $10 million, at least 8. Shit, at least $6 to $8 million over there in Australia for Crawford. At least that. So go over there, get that bag, come back, right? Vacate that belt, go back down, and beat whoever from the PBC who got the belt. Right? Because they're gonna be holding on to the belt still. That person is still gonna be holding on to the belt. And if it's Errol Spence Jr. who, right, like let's just say that Errol Spence Jr. he just becomes undisputed, like as Crawford does this with Tim Tszyu and all that, right? You come back down and you challenge him, right? And then he vacates the belt, and then what? The writing is on the wall. What was all going on? You never wanted to fucking fight. You never wanted to fight. You was playing. You listening to Al Heyman. Man, it got ways to expose, Spence out here. Okay. They trying to be smart about Ennis by not directly associating him with the PBC while the same. Exactly, bro. Exactly, Dolomite. They don't want to associate him directly with the PBC because they already know how us fans are getting about the PBC. Right? They see these, they see these live streams. They see this shit. They got their team that go through all this stuff, that be looking at all this stuff like, damn, like people turning on the PBC. Right? Yeah. Man, but even some of our main supporters back in the days, they turning on us. So, bro, they got to switch it up. We gonna keep Boots up, on the outside, but he's still with the PBC. He's with Showtime. But that's like saying that Deontay Wilder, he wasn't with the PBC when he, he never had a Showtime deal. Damn. But that was like saying that Anthony Joshua, he wasn't with the PBC when he had a Showtime deal. Of course he was with the PBC. That's why Al Heyman was mad as hell when he left. Right? And he went to what's her name? Like, if people didn't know that, he was signed with the PBC at one time. Right? Like Anthony Joshua but Anthony Joshua, he was signed to a Showtime deal and they was trying to renew it, but he got more money from Eddie Hearn now. Boots even going the IBF route just like Spence. Come on, bro. Like, you see the pattern. You see the pattern and what he's doing. He calling out the big, right? He's calling out the bigger man from the PBC, right? With all the belts, which is Spence. The same routine, the same shit that Keith Thurman did to Mayweather, the same shit Spence did to Keith Thurman. He's doing it to Spence. It's a pattern. It's a straight up pattern, and they follow the same pattern all the time. They follow the same pattern, Dolomite, man. Like, at least you be up on it, bro. You feel what I'm saying? At least you can figure out patterns, you know. Well, all my subs, you know, like, we all figured out this pattern. It's like, come on, y'all. It's a pattern. Right? Now, they're going to hold him off. He's going to get the IBF title, but he going to get the title. Then Spence, he going to, man, watch, man. It's going to be same round robin bullshit. The same round robin bullshit. They trying to make Jerron Boots Ennis the next Earl Spence Jr. or better. Let's just put it like that. All right? Just like they made Keith Thurman, just like they made Earl Spence Jr. a better Keith Thurman, they're trying to make Jerron Boots Ennis a better Earl Spence. That's all this is. That's all it is, you guys. Right? And Al Heyman, he's very intelligent for doing that. Right? You know what I'm saying? I mean, he's very intelligent for doing it. Right? Because some boxing fans, they don't be catching on to these patterns, right? Because they be so, you know, they so in their feelings, they get so emotional, they can't even think about this type of stuff. It be like, bro, it's a pattern to this shit. Al Heyman been doing this shit since the PBC was formed. Right? He been doing this since it was formed, man. Catch on, catch up, y'all, catch up. Come on. Then after Jerron Boots Ennis, it's going to be somebody else. They about to bring up somebody else that's going to be younger, whatever. But they got a long, but no, really, they really don't have to bring up nobody else for a long time because Jerron Boots Ennis is young as hell. You feel what I'm saying? This guy only 24. They can ride his wave for the next, 7, 8 years. They can ride Jerron Boots Ennis wave for like the next 7, 8 years. Right? And how he fight, right, with the flashy style, and they pick his fights right and all that. Oh my God, bro. He can fuck around and be bigger than Floyd. Real talk. That's real spiel right there. He can mess around and be bigger than Floyd because he flashy. Bro, you feel what I'm saying? He got the style that people like to see, and he knocking you out too. Come on, man. Like, so he like a mixture between Pretty Boy and Money May. Right? Pretty Boy and Money May mixed in together. With a little bit of Terrence Crawford with the switch hitting in power. Come on, bro. Like, they can make this dude unbelievable. And I'm not even going to lie about it. You know, like, they got a winner in Jerron Boots Ennis. They already grooming him right. But that's why I enjoy your channel, because we see things different at angles. Looking at any different angles help us. Exactly, bro. Exactly, Dolomite. Man, like, you got to think outside the box. Holders Ortiz, I guess Ennis and Ortiz won't fight till 35. Exactly, bro. They won't fight until they're at least 30. They're not going to fight no time soon. Don't even worry about them even being, in there with each other. They're not going to fight no time soon. But, man, Ennis is an evolution, man. I mean, like, Jerron Boots Ennis, he's a better Spence. Like, damn, man, like, it's just crazy how Al be doing it, though. Right? He got him one. He got one right now, though. Jerron Boots Ennis, he got one of Jerron Boots Ennis. He better treat that young man right. You feel what I'm saying? He better pay him accordingly. Because if somebody else get him, if Jerron Boots Ennis, like if he, let's just say he ride out this 3 years with Showtime and all that. This three fight deal. I think he got a 3-fight deal with Showtime. He ride it out and he try to leave and they don't pay that dude. Bro, like Al Haymon would be dumb as hell. Al Haymon will be dumb as hell, bro. Right? Because all you got to do is just maneuver him through the welterweight division now. And he can be way bigger than Errol Spence Jr. He was getting love out here in LA. Super love. They was loving to see Jerron Boots Ennis out here. That's why I said in one of my videos, I was like, damn, shit, I thought the crowd came to see Jerron Boots Ennis. Like, right? Nah, man, but they gave Jermell his props after he won, though. Crowd went crazy for him. Yeah, man, like the crowd went crazy for him, though. So, yeah, you guys, it's another Al Haymon chess move. That's all it is. Another chess move by the PBC. They just setting up chess moves. That's why Keith Thurman in the WBO and the WBC, they got, they got Boots Ennis in the IBF. He in every ranking system now. Right? He just strategically moving his chess pieces through the board. You feel what I'm saying? They waiting on Crawford to try to go and chase after Jermell Charlo, right? Because he's not going to get the fight, and then he's going to have to vacate the belt. And then once he vacate the belt, they're going to, boom. They're going to sick somebody on that belt quick, right? They're going to put Keith Thurman on that WBO belt. Keith Thurman, if you're going to get that belt, we'll give you a rematch with Errol Spence Jr. Right? Man, but Keith Thurman, if you want to fight, well, not a rematch. Well, Keith Thurman, if you want to fight with Errol Spence Jr., you got to go and get that WBO belt. Come on. And Keith going to go and get it. He going to try to go and get it. Right? Shit, he probably got to go through McKinnison or something like that because, or Jerron Boots Ennis, right? Because Jerron Boots Ennis, he right there, he above him. So he probably got to go through Jerron Boots Ennis to get that belt too. And that'll set up Keith Thurman, right? That sets up Keith Thurman. It's like, okay, Keith, if you want a fight with Errol Spence Jr., you got to go and get the WBO. But you got to fight Jerron Boots Ennis. That'll be fucked up, man. But Al, he don't care at this point with Keith Thurman, right? Because Keith Thurman failed him. That's just what it is with Al Haymon. Keith Thurman failed Al. Right? He failed the man. Keith Thurman was supposed to beat Manny Pacquiao. Period. He was supposed to beat Manny Pacquiao. Period. He was supposed to beat Manny Pacquiao to set up the fight with him and Errol Spence Jr. He was supposed to do it. But a lot of stuff happened. You feel what I'm saying? A lot of stuff happened, so it set back the PBC, right? The pandemic happened. Errol Spence Jr. got in a car accident. So it was kind of like an excuse. But Al Haymon set up that fight for Keith Thurman to win that fight against Manny Pacquiao. And he still fucking lost the fight. And that was so disappointing to Al, he put him in a doghouse. Come on, y'all. He put that man in the doghouse, put him on a shelf. Y'all don't think that Keith Thurman wanted to come back? Of course, Keith wanted to come back before that. But Al Haymon, like, nah, man, just take a break. You know what I'm saying? Just take it. Come on, man. He wasn't trying to give that man no fights. Right? He wasn't trying to give him no fights. He wasn't trying to give him or Manny Pacquiao no fights after that. Right? That's why he waited out Manny Pacquiao. Waited till he slowed all the way down, because they thought he had slowed down once he had fought Keith Thurman, but he wasn't slowed down all the way, right? They was like, damn, shit, he knocked down Keith in the first round. Oh my God. Damn. Keith, what the fuck are you doing? Right? So they had to make sure he was done. Right before they put him in the ring with a good counter puncher, in Udanis Ugas. Flat-footed as hell, though. Right? Flat-footed, but he's a good counter puncher. Just think about that. They put him up in there with a flat-footed guy, and Manny Pacquiao couldn't even do what he normally do because he was done. His legs are done. All that. And Al Heyman made sure of that. Just so Udanis Ugas can get a little name off that so he can sell Earl Spence Jr. fight. That's what it was all about. It wasn't even about Udanis Ugas. It was about Earl Spence Jr. selling a fight in Dallas. See, now that's what people don't understand. Like, if y'all hear that noise in the background, I ain't working on the house. I apologize. But yeah, man, like just imagine if the fight, the fight was still trash, right? It still didn't sell nothing, right? Just imagine if Ugas didn't even take on Pacquiao. Come on. Just imagine if Ugas, he didn't even take on Pacquiao. Nobody be saying nothing about Earl Spence Jr. winning his third title, right? Nothing about Earl Spence Jr. winning his third title. They'll be like, Ugas was a tomato can. Even though he's not a tomato can. But you feel what I'm saying? They would have said, like, Ugas is a statue. Ugas just stood right there. Man, but since he took on Pacquiao, right, and they can use that, oh, well, he beat Pacquiao. Right? They can just use that. It's just excuses. Right? But if you use it the other way around, like you say Jeff Horn, he beat Pacquiao. Oh, well, it was. Oh, no, well, like he got cheated. Well, y'all know the WBO went back and rescored the fight, right? And he still won, Jeff Horn, right? Well, if Manny Pacquiao thought he got cheated, he had a rematch clause, right? And he could have took on the man again, right? Oh, man, like you just don't have no excuse. It's no excuse. But people, they don't like to hear that type of stuff, right? Especially coming from me, man, because I be knowing this type of shit. I be like, bro, like, come on, bro. Just stop. Right? But well, Manny Pacquiao, he got cheated in Australia. Well, they went back and scored the fight. Okay, and if he felt like he got cheated, he could have had a rematch out here in America. And why he didn't take on a rematch? You know why? Because he knew Terrence Bud Crawford was moving up to 147, and his ass didn't have nowhere to go if he had that WBO title. He didn't have nowhere to go. You either don't fight Terrence Bud Crawford or vacate it and look like a punk. Right? That's either what you're going to do. You either going to fight this man or you going to vacate your belt like a punk. That's why Manny Pacquiao didn't want a rematch. That's why. I mean, it was obvious. But, like people who just now listening, man, like we got to really understand too, you guys, that they got we just going to start calling them newbie boxing fans, like the newbie boxing fans, right? Man, because these guys are new as hell to boxing, don't know nothing about boxing. Nothing about boxing at all. And you just be like, bro, like I was listening to who was I listening to? I think it was the Mac Mob. Yeah, I was listening to Mac Mob or E Thriller. I was listening to one of them. And Man, like the dude come on there, he talking about, what Kell Brookton did, right? But Kell Brook got his face broken by Earl Smith Jr. They had asked him, but you didn't know he got his face broken by Triple G? Oh, when? When he got his face broke by Triple G? What? It's like, what? It's like the fight before he got his face broke by Spence. So you just start watching boxing when Spence broke his face? Or you was hearing this on channels and you just regurgitating what you hear? You haven't even did no research. You haven't did nothing. Bro, it's sad, man. Man, like, it's truly sad how these people, they just regurgitate what they hear. They can't even go to Google and click in some shit. I mean, for real. Go to Google, click, 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 click. See what you want to know. It should pop up, right? Stop believing these guys who running narratives just for subscribers and all that, right? Like, the truth travels way faster than the lie. That's why my channel will probably never be, I'll never get, a lot of, subscribers. And plus, I don't work with nobody else either. I don't be collabing with people and all that. I heard that's another way I should be, I should be doing that to grow my channel too. But yeah, like, I'm gonna probably start collabing with people, but it just don't got a lot of people who think out the box like me. Like, you feel what I'm saying? That's what it is. A lot of people don't think out the box like me. Like Dolomite, he do. Like, like all my subs, we do. But, like, it's just not a lot of these YouTubers who be analyzing this shit like I do. I be like, bro, like, I really be analyzing this. Like, damn, man. Al is a good, like, Al good. Al good, but I notice your pattern, buddy. I notice your pattern. But that was a good point out, Dolomite. Like, yeah, man, he just basically doing what Spence doing to Keith Thurman. Same shit. Same thing, man. Right? Think it's time to go fishing. You know damn well you're not finding Earl Spencer Jr. no time soon, bro. It's not going to happen. Right? Because it's a chance you can beat Earl Spencer Jr. And Al Heyman is not risking Texas for you or Terrence Bud Crawford. Right? It's especially you, because you're not big at all yet. You on your way. You on your way. No doubt about it. But, I mean, you're not big at all. Yeah, you guys, but I'm going to leave it right there, man. Shit, it's breakfast time. Salute to everybody who came in the chat, man. Hit that like button. Hit that subscribe before you get up out of here. And, like, we just going to keep it 100 on this channel as always, man. And, I mean, shit, that's all we do. Just keep it real on this channel. So salute to everybody, man. I appreciate every last one of y'all. I'm gone. Man, these dudes fixing on this damn shit over here is killing my live stream.